So here at Celigo, we talk to a bunch of different groups of organizations and people within those organizations. And when we talk to them about data ingestion and what some of the goals they have for their AI, when we talk to revenue operations, sales operations, a lot of times it's around win-loss analysis or churn and revenue risk, renewal risk. And then we talk to the finance department, and it could be things like spend and margin analysis. Now, these are by no means all the types of things that people want to do. They might want to do voice of the customer, but the common scenario is that the data for these things is usually kept in multiple different sources. So let's go to churn and renewal risk. A lot of this information might be kept in Salesforce. Some of it might be kept in Gong or NetSuite or Zendesk. If we're a SaaS application, maybe some of it is in Pendo. But all of that information is separate. And in order for us to get context around that, to really get that full picture of that, we need to bring it into a data platform like Snowflake. So at the end of the day, we have a lot of information. It's all in silos, and this was one of the pain points. How do we bring that in and get it into so it can be AI models and we can run analytics around that? Now, when we look at traditionally, and if we go to the next slide, I want to talk about this, how we would do this in the past. And a lot of folks here that are Celigo customers might even say, well, you know what, we actually do move some data in from different applications into Snowflake. And a lot of times people are using what we call flows in order to do this. So they're taking information or objects, and it might be from Salesforce or NetSuite or many different other applications, and they're bringing them into Snowflake via a flow. Now, this works well, and it does work, but the problem is that when we talk about these use cases, we might not be bringing in 5 different flows of different objects from Salesforce. We might be bringing in hundreds and hundreds of objects for our specific use case. And to do that with a manual flow just takes a lot of time and a lot of maintenance. So when I build these flows out, I might have, every single one of them has to be hand built. And again, I might be doing hundreds of these, and all have to be maintained. Now, our organization within Salesforce, or when we use Salesforce, we've made 176 changes on our Salesforce backend just this past week. The problem is that when you build these flows manually, hand by hand, any change that you make in Salesforce could affect those flows. And I want to give you an example for this. So here we're looking at a situation where it's just pretty basic. What we've done is we changed something in Salesforce. We've changed annual revenue to ARR on the back end. Now, all those flows that we've made, this could basically break all of them. So now all of a sudden we have to have our engineers going through all these flows to figure out what broke, why it broke, how to fix it. And now all that information that's being analyzed in Snowflake is all out of date. So that Monday morning meeting when they're looking at reports, looking at dashboards, that information doesn't have that latest date because a schema changed and now that flow stopped working. So now we're talking about 5 flows, but imagine this is hundreds and hundreds of flows. And it's not just from Salesforce. It's coming from Shopify. It's coming from NetSuite. It's coming from Pendo. And all of a sudden now we don't have that data in Snowflake and it's not current. So how do we solve for that? And that's why I want to kind of talk about the next slide here. What we've done is we've created data ingestion, and we've made it part of the platform. So it's not a separate interface or separate login. It's actually integrated into the Celigo platform. So as we look here, what we're looking at is instead of taking a multiple flows, we actually have one adaptive sync. And this adaptive sync hits that goal of having hundreds and hundreds of objects from Salesforce that we want to move into Snowflake. And we also want to have it be contextually adaptive, so that if we do make those, in our current company, 176 changes, that they're not going to interrupt with this sync and get that data into the data platform in Snowflake so you can do that analysis.